In this video, we're going to show how to install Python and Visual Studio Code. Before we start installing Python, we should check if we have Python already installed. If you're on a Mac, open the terminal from your Applications menu and type Python 3 -- version. If you have Python 3 installed, you will see a version printed out like I do here. If you don't have Python 3 installed, you'll see command not found. I can demonstrate that by putting in a typo as Python Z -- version. On Windows, open a command prompt window from the Start menu under Windows System. Then enter py -- version, and you'll see either a version number like Python 3.9.0 is what we have, or you'll see not recognized. Let's go ahead and close our command prompt or terminal window. Now, if you don't have Python installed, whether you're on a Mac or Windows, go to python.org/downloads. There will be a big download button that detects your operating system, so it has the latest Python version for Windows or Mac. Click on that button to start the download, then run the download and select Install Now. No need to customize the installation. Now reopen your terminal or command prompt, and if you're on a Mac, type Python 3 -- version again to check it installed, and then type Python 3 and press Enter. That will open the Python interpreter mode. Now we can start typing in Python code like some mathematical calculations and also a print statement with the words Hello World. At this point, we could start writing Python programs in a simple text editor, but instead we're going to use Visual Studio Code, which will let you grow into bigger applications. To install that, go to code.visualstudio.com. And you should see this big download button. Once it's installed, open it up from the Applications menu or the Start menu. Usually we'll want to create a project folder or a folder where we want to store our Python programs. So click Open Folder, then I'm going to create a Python course folder on the desktop, but you can create it wherever makes sense for you. Then I'll close this welcome file, and we can see the Project Explorer view for our project, which usually shows any programs or directories for your project. Ours is currently empty because we don't have any files created yet. But we can create a new one called hello.py by pressing the New File button next to our Python course heading. In hello.py, I'm going to add a print statement with Hello World in quotes inside of it. Before we run this file, we want to customize VS Code for Python. First, we'll go to the Extensions view by selecting the squares icon. Then you can see which ones you have installed and search. We'll search for Python, and we want to install the first Python extension written by Microsoft, which should be at the top. I already have it installed, but otherwise I would click the green button next to it to install it. Then we want to tell VS Code how to run our Python programs by selecting which Python interpreter we want to use. So go to View Command Palette and search Python Select Interpreter. We want our newly installed Python 3.9, so we'll select that. Now we can run our Python hello.py program by clicking on the green play button in the top right. We can see Hello World was printed and it's working. We can also type Python 3 in here if we ever want to start our Python interpreter. Otherwise, we'll just run our scripts with the green play button. Now we're ready to start programming in Python.